And I know that from our past conversations, as you've thought about the culture you want to foster within the organization, there's an acronym that you've developed, CODE, which applies nicely in a more traditional sense to a technology organization. But I wonder if you could define the four aspects of the acronym and their meaning from your perspective.
Yeah. So within the IT organization, I felt it was important that I kind of put my own sort of fingerprint on the culture of the organization. And so we built out what we call IT code. And code stands for curiosity, objectivity, determination, and engagement. And to me, the biggest one is the C, the curiosity. So it's not accepting things just the way that they've always been, but how do we kind of dig in and understand the why? It's the continually asking of that question of why. Why are we doing this? And really getting curious about it to get to the point of getting answers. So to me, that's so important. And then I always believe in being data driven. So rather than just hey, it's my gut, this is I just think it's the best way that we should move forward. Let's make sure that we're pulling the data together, and that means data both inside the organization and potentially data outside the organization. So we can't possibly get every data point to make the right decision. So how do we go use the resources around us to be able to find enough information to get us comfortable with that decision-making process? So using facts and data to be able to help us decision things. Determination, I mean, this is one of my favorites because it's all around, sort of a growth mindset, and it's about grit, and it's about, we can do hard things. And not only do we start hard things, but we finish hard things. And you can kind of go back to the Detroit, kind of blue collar, gritty model. And given our roots here in the Motor City, having that determination, being able to fail and be able to pick yourself back up, learn from that mistake, and keep going. So I think determination is really, really important as well. And then in terms of engagement, to me is, creating purpose behind what it is that we do. So, for example, during this most recent pandemic, the PPP program, the Paycheck Protection Program, was something that we had to address. And so, I will tell you, we got the requirements around what it was supposed to be, probably within, 24 to 48 hours of having to deliver something. And so my team had to kind of really dig in and work, put in a lot of hours to try to deliver on something. And one of the things that got us through was the purpose behind that. We weren't saving lives like the doctors, on the front lines, or the EMS, or the nurses, but we were trying to save livelihoods. It was about how do we help that small business owner, that minority business owner, be able to get a loan to be able to keep their business afloat. And so when you create sort of that sense of purpose behind something, it really helps engage people to want to do the work, and it makes them feel good about the work that they do. So engagement is really important. And the second part of that is also around diversity, equity, and inclusion. That is something really important to Flagstar. We really value diversity in the workplace. And so when you engage, it's also engaging those that aren't like you, engaging others that maybe have different opinions than you. And so having that sort of engagement of diverse perspectives. So that's a bit around IT code. It's, there's a lot packed into it, but it's one of those things that I feel proud about, that's something that we've created and that we kind of stand behind.